Hello ladies and gents, thanks for tuning in and joining me for another MRO high-rise epic. We're looking at another 3D illustration I put together for us of what looks like Egyptian style artifacts that are found at a site in Pyramus Fossae. This will be part 1 of 2. There's so many artifacts in this JP2 photograph that NASA released to us. I'm going to have to do a follow-up for you guys. We're looking at a region of Mars called Protonilus Mensae. The high-rise photograph we'll be looking at is called Surface Morphology, acquired on the 1st of November 2007 at 30.4 centimeters per pixel with 1:1 binning. The images I cropped from the JP2 black and white map projected file, just over 970 megabytes in size. There's a look at the low-res black and white, and the anomalies I found are littered throughout this area. The site we'll be looking at is located in Pyramus Fossae at the northern edge of Protonilus Mensae. The coordinates 46 degrees, 57 minutes north, 49 degrees, 0 minutes east. We'll have a look at some of the other anomalies close by towards the end of the video. First in line, this 6-sided object right there, folks. This piece is about 12 meters across. And we can check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight edges to it. So I estimate that to be a hexagonal geometric shape. The next one right there, folks, this one's about 8 meters across. Let's zoom in on that. Check out the symmetry and geometry of this shape. Got 2 straight edges there, parallel with one another. Slight uniform edge sticking out there. Then we have the dark spot right there in the center, and then these 2 rectangular parts forming a triangle inside that object. Check out this strange feature. If you don't know it's there, you'll miss it. It's about 8 meters long, and I think this is a sculpted piece in the shape of an ankh, and this side over here is covered in sand and dust. Also, it looks as if it broke. We'll have a look at that in the illustration. So there it is, guys and girls. The similarity is uncanny. And we're looking at that part. It sticks out literally like a sore finger. That piece is about 14 meters long, and it looks like an obelisk. Check out the 2 flat sides and the apex, or the triangular point at the top. And there are some examples from Egypt. And there's the 3D illustration, an artist's impression that I put together for you guys. I've arranged the objects in such a way that they make sense to us. They've been scattered about all over the Martian surface, so I used a bit of creative license. I've mounted the Ankh on top of the 6-sided object and the obelisk inside that hole that we have in that strange, almost tombstone shaped object. One of my friends, one of my new channel subscribers, suggested, why not add humanoids in these illustrations as well, to give you an idea of how big these anomalies are. So these 2 astronauts measure between 1.8 and 2 meters tall. So the Ankh at the back there is about 8 meters tall, and the obelisk about 14 meters tall. So this is not necessarily the way that they might have been arranged, just speculation on my part. Right up to the northern mid-latitudes of Mars, to Pyramus Fossae, which is located right there, guys and girls. And there's a brief look at those anomalies again, and some others that I'll feature in part 2, possibly 3. Check out the alignment there again. 3 small objects in a row, equal spacing between them, and at a perpendicular angle with another object. We've seen that arrangement so often on Mars as well. I wonder what it depicts. And check out these 2 objects with small protrusions or knobs on them. Both of them are on top of larger bases. Check out the rectangular shape here. And then this piece, highly sculpted, uniform thickness to it as well. Another strange rounded object there, folks. Check out the uniform width of that area on top, and then that strange part there at the back. It looks almost like a ship's rudder. And then there's lots of these discs that are broken into 4 pieces. There's one, show you another one soon. Check out this structured item. There's another multiple sided object there. I speculate that might be another hexagon. Then this strange triangular part, highly symmetrical, with that indentation or slot at the back. Through the center line we have that object there. It looks almost like a hatch that's opened. Strange protrusions or knobs in rows there on top of that piece. Then there's many of these blocks with holes in their centers with what I speculate might be hatches or lids that have been opened. Check out the triangular depiction there again. And that's another pattern that we see repeated on Mars as well. Check out this small rectangular part on top of that edge there. Right there in its center. Another part that I speculate might have 6 sides to it, partially covered in sand. And then this block with what looks like a depiction or symbol of an eye on it. Looks very Egyptian. Check out the triangle depicted there on that bright object. This looks almost like a sarcophagus. Not that it is. It just looks very similar to one. 2 knobs on that block. And then 2 pyramidal objects, same size and shape. Each one there is about 8 meters long. And then check at that, right there in the center of that block. Another one of these strange objects with a protrusion in its center on top of a larger part. So are we looking at objects created through some freak of nature and geology, or are we looking at intelligent design and manufacture? Are we looking at possible Egyptian artifacts on Mars? And that concludes part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, possibly part 3 in the very near future. To my new subscribers who joined recently, welcome on board. Until the next video, folks, take care. Ciao for now.